shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield and broke down the defender. Made him
what do you
think,
mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check, check. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Lawrence.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. line. Snags it for the pick.
And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Harris starts the drive on the ground.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 33.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they can't bring him down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football.
We're scoreless after 1.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
At their home 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll drop to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Harris. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Boswell's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a watch. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now Lawrence.
And he'll find Hall. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. He'll get this off to ETN.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Steelers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Harris. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Extra point attempt to come here. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup?
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Lawrence to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
$13 yards the tally on the return there.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out of the locker room. We're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back upstate to Jacksonville. And Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
It's Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Harris. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Miles Jack working free that time to take him down. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
And Sharp calls it in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, Charlie!
They go play action with Lawrence.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw. And it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it will tie our game here in the 3rd. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now here's another carry for Harris. Dances by him.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 78 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. From the 10. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. It's brought in by Harris. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. He'll drop to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, Harris. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ballgame. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He sets to fire deep. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Going for the deep ball, and this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 51 yards. And the Jaguars on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Out to his left. Oh, Johnson, nice grab. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 8 coming up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Jaguars have just about sewn up this football game.
The number 7 usually lucky here. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Charles go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No